What's up, family? Welcome. Hey, we're back with my man Carl for part 2. So we're about to get into why do barbers charge so much. Carl, why do we charge so much?
I don't know. I mean, we gotta make a living,
right? Hey, this is what I say. So this is to like for clients. This is for people who go to barbershops. Whether you're walking in or you have a personal barber. Some people, when they go around from shop to shop, from state to state or whatever, within any given city, they feel like maybe some barbers' prices are way higher than what they're getting. So maybe they feel like they're just getting a taper, or they're just getting a Caesar, even all over, or a certain type of haircut. Why do we charge $50 or $70 or $100? You know, why is it different prices for a child that's 5 years old? Why is his haircut the same as a child that's, 13 years old? So we're gonna talk about that a little bit today, so clients can understand why do we charge so much. So you got anything to say about that?
Going off of what the barber's journey was,
right?
Going to school for 1,500 hours, paying tuition, sacrificing their time with their family, sacrificing, building clientele, building relationships,
right?
Investing in tools, investing in continuous education, educating themselves on financial literacy. That all boils down to you educating your client, you servicing your client.
Right.
With that being said, you want to find a happy median of how much you're going to charge your service. Right. So I always tell any barber or any young barbers coming up in the industry, charge $1 a minute. Charge, if you're doing a 35-minute service, I charge $35.
Makes sense.
You're educating yourself on everything that you're doing for this client.
Okay. So it's more or less the experience kind of that barber and the education of the barber.
Mm-hmm.
And for some, the quality of service that client is gonna
the atmosphere
receive.
Yeah, the atmosphere. Is it convenient for the client?
Right. Absolutely.
Am I showing you how to manage and maintain the style that you're getting?
Right. The products that you use on the client?
Right.
Yeah.
The tools that I invested in, the tools that I'm using, make sure it's not an uncomfortable feeling, make sure it's a pleasant feeling while you're getting that service done.
Right. Being professional. Okay.
So at the end of the day, you're still being a therapist. You're still talking to your clients about issues.
All day.
So the barber, he delegates his time, to that client, to each client. He spreads it out. So, and we're always here for our clients. We end up becoming these clients' friends. A lot of my clients, I turn my clients into friends. A lot of them.
Right. So this is what I always say, right? I believe that whatever you are paying for your haircut is probably not enough. But let me break this down. So we went into a little bit of this earlier, right? So I'm gonna give you try to do a really quick analogy of what I mean. Say you and your significant other go out to eat, and you decide to go get a filet steak. You go get a filet at a decent restaurant. Say the filet costs $50 for your meal. You pay $50 each. So you paid $100 for the steak. It was really good. It's nice, fine dining. The atmosphere is cool. Your waitress was nice. You get home and you eat a sandwich. You munch on some chips. A couple hours later, you eating a sandwich, munching on some chips, or eating a bowl of cereal, right? So now you just went and spent $100, and you might have sat down in this restaurant for an hour or so. You spent $100, didn't have an issue with the price, and you went home and you still ate 2 or 3 hours later. So now that steak that you ate didn't make you look better for a job interview or more presentable. It didn't help you on your first date, right? It didn't help you look good in the eyes of other people when you're going out, by people saying or thinking, man, this guy or this girl's always really put together, which is part of maybe your haircut services. You didn't get that from the steak though. So now you come to the barbershop and the barber says, hey man, it's $50. You know, I charge $50 for my haircut. And you say, wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of money for my man down the street, or my last barber only charged 30 or 25. Okay, so now most haircuts are gonna last the majority of people either a week or 2 weeks before you have to come back to get another service. But during that time, maybe you had a job interview, maybe you was going on the first date, maybe any of these other things, and it definitely is gonna make you feel better about yourself. Now, I don't know what that steak gonna make you feel like. I don't know.
I don't know, that steak gonna make you feel a little heavy at the end of the day.
It's gonna make you feel a little heavier.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
The whole breakdown is the value that you put on the price of that steak and what you're getting from that restaurant versus the value that you put on that haircut and the services that you're getting from that barber. So that's just my personal opinion, my breakdown. How you feel about that, man?
When you get clients that want to debate with you over your prices, they don't debate anything else.
Right.
Any other, if they're patronizing any other business, they're not negotiating any other service that is being offered or they're going to pay for.
Right.
So they shouldn't feel that comfortable doing so, but we shouldn't give them room to get that comfortable either.
Right.
We got to make sure that we're prompt on our time. We got to make sure that we're doing the most important part of the haircut, which is the client consultation.
Right.
So we can eliminate any type of guessing when it comes to your client and his service in the style that he wants.
Right.
We got to make sure we're using the correct tools so they're feeling comfortable. We got to make sure we're taking our allotted time, right? We got to make sure that we apply some type of conversation, build some type of chemistry, right? Because that's the experience, right? Try to engage in group discussions with your client as well with the shop, because it's an environment. It's an experience that they're going through, that they're experiencing, right? Not only that, you want to make sure you apply some type of product, any type of setting lotion, any type of beard oil, right? Show them how to manage this haircut, this style that they're getting today, and then you want to make sure that you make them a reoccurring client. All this is making them see that you have structured your business. It's just not a hustle. Right? When you show them and that I'm educating you on how a barber experience is supposed to be, they can't question your prices. Right? And then if they do question any type of service fees that you've added on throughout their service because you're upselling them, right? You are able to show them a breakdown of what they were just experienced.
Right, like McDonald's.
I can give you a breakdown, a receipt of it.
Right.
Your service is $1 a minute.
Mm-hmm.
I added a product. The product was $2 to apply. You got a shampoo service, which is a $15 service. Right. And then I styled it as well for $10. Right? So when you add all that in, the tab, the end of the receipt might be $60, $65. Right. But I put a hot towel on you with essential oils, right? I put the massager on you as well.
That you had to pay for. You had to buy those oils.
I've had to buy all that stuff, right? And yes, I'm getting it wholesale because that's the benefits of creating yourself as a business. Right.
Which is the same as a restaurant.
Same as a restaurant. You think McDonald's is charging $7 for a burger and they got the burger for $7? Right? Yeah. Right. Your service. Yes, you can buy some clippers from Walmart and you can give yourself a haircut, right? But the experience is what you're actually paying for. You're paying for a service. This is a luxury.
Absolutely.
It's a luxury. You don't necessarily have to get this luxury. It's right.
You don't.
You don't have to get it.
And you don't have to get it from that barber who charged too much.
Right.
You can go to anybody.
This is something that you should treat yourself to when you've had a long week, right? Or if this is a necessity for your upkeep for your job, and for your personal appearance. This is for hygiene, right? So you educating kids on their hygiene steps, and you giving adults a luxury of being able to come in and let their hair down a little bit. I can tell when my client comes in the door and he's had a long day. You know, I can tell when he's getting ready to go somewhere. He has an interview, an important date, a dinner, or he's going to his daughter's rehearsal, or he's just lounging for the week. You know, so I just need to cut. You know, man, I can't wait for the games to come on this weekend. I'm not doing too much, but I want a fresh cut while I'm laying up in my PJs. Right. So you have to get to know your clients like that, and when you start valuing all those things that we do, then you know that you're not really upselling them, you know, because that's really priceless at the end of the day, you know. So we charge, but we're charging for our time.
Right.
You know, I don't get that back.
Oh, definitely not.
You know, so
yeah, definitely not.
If I'm spending an hour for you, it's $1 a minute for me to spend an hour for you, regardless of what I'm giving you.
Just think about it like that. It's $1, man.
It's $1 a minute. If I wasn't giving you a service, sometimes people will say, you people that know they value their time. I'm not giving nobody my time unless it's $1 a minute.
That's right. That's it.
It's people that's doing consulting. Trained professionals that's doing consulting in any business, and they're gonna charge you for that service. Right?
Absolutely.
So, you know, just educate and being understanding to your client that they don't understand, they don't know what they don't know.
Right, and a lot of times I think that's what it boils down to, is that people just, for one, they don't think like we think. You know, they're not a barber, they're not a whatever. But now I don't understand why is it a lot of times where they want to save money is in the barbershop. Because like you said earlier, if you go and buy, a Bentley, or if you go to, I'm just using this for example, you go to the Kia dealership, you already have an expectation of what you're going to get at both. Yes. So you know when you go to the Bentley dealership that the quality of that vehicle and everything that it entails is going to cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
So you're not going to say, well, how come it's so much? Because I went to the Kia dealership and you'll sound crazy.
Yeah.
You know you will sound crazy. So don't necessarily, try not to think about it in the sense of how much you're paying as much as you are, and then try to run through the quality of service that you're going to get and the experience, like you just mentioned, the experience that you're going to get from this shop and that barber.
But you know, DB, as well though, barbers don't need to be I'm not as hard on my clients as I see some barbers are. Some barbers are really hard on clients.
Right.
You know, and sometimes they build this attitude that everybody's just supposed to bow down because we have this service.
I've seen that too.
Right. Yeah. And you'll get a barber like, oh, he ain't gotta get cut by me. And that attitude, I think, is just terrible.
And it turns people off.
It turns people off, right? And I've found myself over the years of capitalizing off of that. Off of me seeing clients that particularly act like that, so I'm gonna act a completely different way. And I'm gonna show them that I can make that client understand everything that I'm doing behind my chair and how I'm structured, how my business is structured. You guys think that client is a bad client. I think that bad client has ran across too many bad barbers.
Yeah, hey, that's another aspect of it. That definitely plays a part. That definitely plays a part. Yeah.
It's our job. It's our job to make people understand our profession and how we operate our profession and how we want our respect.
Right.
We got to carry ourselves that way, and we have to educate other barbers and other business owners on how our business needs to be ran.
Right. So it's the flip side of that coin is like Carl was saying earlier with barbers being professional, adding value to and helping the client to understand the value that they're giving them. So yeah, man, you know, hey, good stuff, Carl, man. I appreciate you.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for having me, man.
Oh yeah, no doubt. So until next time, man, we definitely gonna have to do some more sit downs,
yes.
some more topics. Hey, y'all want to see Carl?
Yep.
Hey, put in the comments, man. Hey, look, make sure you like, make sure you sharing, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I love to see you guys back. Barbers, clients, please comment. Please comment. I would love to hear like some ideas you have, or what are your thoughts what did we miss in this conversation or the previous conversation? If you didn't watch that video about commission versus booth rent, if you're a new barber, you definitely need to check it out. So until next time, you know, we're gonna sign out from the original barbershop here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Like I said, we're gonna put the description. We're gonna put Carl's all his social media and where you can find his shop at in the bio and at the bottom of the screen. So like, subscribe, comment, please. Until next time, maybe I'll be in your shop in your city. Salute.